Hi and welcome to Le Studio Marco Primo. I'm glad you found my channel. I hope we can exchange about video production, audio recording, and photography. Please subscribe, click on like, hit the bell to get notifications, and put questions in the comments below. Today we're going to talk about So I've been asked from time to time to evaluate masters and mixes, and a place where often people put their files is on SoundCloud. I've been wondering about the quality of the conversion of SoundCloud for a while because some of the projects that I evaluate have very specific high-hand squash. The high frequencies are very weird, like if they were converted on a low quality MP3 or something like that. And most of the time, people say they didn't use such files, so the quality should be better. And another point is I have a few files in there and they seem to be fine. So I'm wondering, what is the difference with a file that does not sound good and a file that sounds good on SoundCloud? This video will try to emulate, well, replicate the problem. So stay tuned, we'll try to figure it out. So the first thing I thought would make a difference is the bit depth and file format uploaded to SoundCloud. So the first thing I did, I used public files to do a brand new mix from scratch, and I exported my. Of course, I'm working in 24-bit 96 kilohertz, so that's the first format I exported my mix, and then I exported it in 16-bit 44 kilohertz, and then I also tried to convert it to MP3 at 320 kilobits by second. So I uploaded the 3 versions of those files, and the sound seemed quite nice. So I thought maybe it's volume questions. Maybe people put files that are too loud. Or, of course, when you use a limiter, you can set a few dBs or half a dB lower than 0 dB as a limit. So when you convert to MP3 or other formats, sometimes some artifacts could go over 0 dB, and then artifacts will appear and you'll hear something's wrong. So that's one thing that I did. Usually I mix with my limiter at minus 0.5 dB as a limit, but I also uploaded a version with 0 dB as a limit. And then the last thing I thought was, what if it's only because the file is too loud? So I'm using Fabfilter Pro L2, which has a LUFS meter on it. And usually a CD will go around -9 LUFS, and or maybe -8 for the extreme one. And for the format that I uploaded just as a test, which is very too loud, I went to -4.5 LUFS level. So let's listen at the first batch of recordings. I just took a little loop, very short, and you'll see at the screen what was the file data. So after I uploaded the files to SoundCloud, I needed to put them back in my computer. Since I don't have any download button, what I did is I used my RMA Fireface 800 loopback function. So what it does is you can record an output via an input in your DAW. So that's what I did. Went on the website, pushed play, record on my DAW, and that's the results you hear. So let's listen.
hadn't made it, and Joe could not forget. But the contents of the glass remained his best hope yet. Pass the glass, don't spill a drop. The history held within it can never be rebought. Pass the glass, pass the glass. To his son Joe had first received it in 1954, a present from the landlord in remembrance of the war. Joe had first received it in 1954, a present from the landlord in remembrance of the war. Joe had first received it in 1954, a present from the landlord in remembrance of the war. Joe had first received it in 1954, a present from the landlord in remembrance of the war. Joe had first received it in 1954, a present from the landlord in remembrance of the war. Joe had first received it in 1954, a present from the landlord in remembrance of the war. Joe had first received it in 1954, a present from the landlord in remembrance of the war. Joe had first received it in 1954, a present from the landlord in remembrance of the war. Joe had first received it in 1954, a present from the landlord in remembrance of the war. Joe had first received it in 1954, a present from the landlord in remembrance of the war. Joe had first received it in 1954, a present from the landlord in remembrance of the war. Joe had first received it in 1954, a present from the landlord in remembrance of the war. Joe had first received it in 1954, a present from the landlord in remembrance of the war. Two brothers hadn't made it, and Joe could not forget, but the
So I'll put a link of those files in the description of this video, because I need your help, need your ears. Some of you has better listening environment and better monitors, so I want your opinion on those. For me, this seems to be all okay compared to the original files that you heard at first. So let me know what you think. Put your thought in the comments. As for now, unless some of you help me find a way to make SoundCloud sound worse than it is, I will be finishing this video thinking that there's nothing wrong with SoundCloud conversions. Some of my friends on recording.org advanced the idea that maybe the conversion will make some already there defects more obvious. So maybe that's what I heard a few times. But as for now, for me, SoundCloud sound really good. That's it for this video. I hope you liked it. Please subscribe, click on like, hit the bell to get notification. Put questions in the comment below.